Hello everybody, Interitere back again with another video, and today's video, guys, is going to be about, of course, talking about this year's last tennis match, at least at this higher level of on the ATP Tour. Oh boy, what a match we just witnessed. Oh boy, what a match we just saw. I was enjoying seeing this match from the first ball to the last ball. What a slugfest this was. From the baseline, two really rock solid baseline players went toe to toe against each other, and we had exactly of a fight as we all predicted before the match, because I have read them in the different social medias, and some believed Thiem will win, some believe Medvedev will win, and all of us we have been predicting a very close battle, including me. And we got exactly that close battle that we all expected. This match, of course, could have gone either way, but in the end, the Russian bear, the Russian baseline basher, the Russian baseline grinder, the Russian unpredictable player, because in my opinion, Daniel Medvedev is very unpredictable. You never know what he can do, what kind of shot he can do. Sometimes he can do a drop shot, sometimes he can do an underarm serve, which he did during this week in this tournament, not in this final, but in another match. And he is very unpredictable. He has really flat shots. And in the end, Daniel Medvedev, he prevailed after losing the first set 6-4 and then winning the second set 7-6 against the tiebreak beast Dominic Thiem. After being actually down in the score in that second set tiebreak, love 2 down, and he won 7 straight points. Just 7 straight points. He just pushed the beast mode button and said, "I'm out of here. I want to play a third set." Basically, that's what he did, Daniel Medvedev, in that second set tiebreak, and he won that second set tiebreak 7-2. And then in the third set, he was just the more, how can I say it, the more clutch player, the better. He just was the more steady player, especially when it comes to serving, because he didn't face one single break point against him in that third set. Daniel Medvedev, 0. Dominic Thiem couldn't touch his serve in the third set. He saw more opportunities in the first and the second set, Dominic Thiem, but not in that third set. In that third set, Daniel Medvedev, he just decided, I will finish you off. I will do the work that Djokovic didn't do against you in that third set tiebreak. I will finish you off. If Novak couldn't do it, I will do it. And he basically did. He was serving really good in that third set, didn't face any single break point opportunity. And he, after, I don't know how many break points Daniel Medvedev had. I believe he had 9 break points in the entire match. And after having so many break points, because let's face it, Dominic Thiem, he did a good match. He did a good, solid match. It was not a disaster. Absolutely not. Especially when Dominic had all those break points against him, he was coming up with the goods. He was serving really good. He was coming up with clutch serves. I believe Daniel Medvedev had two break point opportunities in the first set. 2 in the first set. Dominic, he was coming with big serves, saving them. Medvedev had 1 break point opportunity in the second set. In the middle of the second set, if I remember correctly. Dominic coming with big serve, saved that one as well. And then in the third set, Dominic was continuing to get himself out of jail with big serves. But in the end, after 9 breakpoint opportunities, Daniel Medvedev finally break Dominic's serve for the first time in the entire match. Exactly like I predicted actually yesterday when I said that I Dominic is serving really good. He has served exceptionally good the entire tournament. Dominic Thiem. He has a really good serve, Dominic Thiem, and he was not broken one single time against Djokovic in the semi-final. I thought to myself, will he do a second straight match in a row without getting his serve broken, Dominic Thiem? I don't think so. I said, I don't think he will do that. I think that his serve will be broken. It will be broken. He will not be able to do a straight second match in a row without getting his serve broken, and that was the case, even though that it was not easy breaking him in this final either. Medvedev braked him in his 9th attempt, I believe. Medvedev had 9 break points opportunities in the entire match. 2, I believe, he had in the first set. Dominic saved both of those 2. 1 he had in the second set. Dominic saved that with big serving. And he had 6 break point opportunities in the third set. And in his 9th attempt, Daniel finally broke Dominic's serve. And that was a deal breaker for Dominic. It was a deal breaker. That was what decided the match. That's it. That is what decides the winner apart from the loser when it comes to these close battles, when it comes to these matches where the match can go either way. The player who will be just slightly better. And that's why I gave Medvedev my slightest edge before this final. And I said 51% chances to Medvedev and 49% chances to Dominic Thiem. Because I had that feeling, that the difference will be extremely small, extremely slim the difference will be. And I had the feeling that Medvedev, he is a better server than Dominic Thiem. I had that feeling. And Medvedev, he is a better returner than Dominic Thiem. But that was not, in the end, that was, I guess, in the end, that was what separated these two. Medvedev was just slightly the better server. To be quite honest, he was not the better server in the entire match. He was not, actually, because Medvedev, he landed 60% first serves in. 60%. He landed much less first serves in than he did against Rafa Nadal in the semifinals. Against Rafa Nadal, Medvedev landed 70% first serves in. But he wins so many points behind those first serves. He wins. He punishes you. He is not like Djokovic. Like, what did I say yesterday? Djokovic, he lacks power. Djokovic cannot create offense. He cannot. Not in this later stage of his career. He did that in the past when he was younger. Not in his older days. He cannot do. Medvedev, he does that. He creates offense. He has power. He can hit through you. And even when he doesn't land so many first serves in, like he didn't do today, in this match against Dominic, 60% first serves in, but he still can do damage on the third shot. Serve, return, and then immediately. And if he doesn't do damage in the third shot, he for sure can wear you down. He can wear you down physically and mentally. And in some way, I guess that in the end, he wear Dominic Thiem down. Not that Dominic Thiem looked tired, because I don't think he looked tired. Dominic Thiem is a physical monster. I have not seen him tired that many times during his career. But Dominic, he did in the third set. Dominic had troubles holding his serve. He was holding his serve comfortably in 2 sets. In 2 sets, I have to say, Daniel Medvedev didn't return as superbly in this final as I've seen him do in the past, especially as I've seen him doing this week. He didn't, especially in the first 2 sets. Daniel Medvedev, he couldn't read Dominic's serve. He couldn't. Dominic was serving big. He served big the entire match, Dominic. But Medvedev, he couldn't take his teeth into Dominic's serving games. He just couldn't do it. That's why he didn't have that crazy many breakpoint opportunities the first 2 sets. Daniel Medvedev, like I said, only 2 breakpoint opportunities in the first set and only 1 in the second set. Daniel Medvedev, because he was not returning that exceptionally good. In my opinion, Dominic was returning much better than Medvedev the first 2 sets. And for 1 set and a half, I have to say this, for 1 set and a half, Dominic Thiem he looked like the champion. It was him who looked like the player who will lift that trophy. He was the better player, frankly. He was. For 1 set and a half, he felt more steady on the court. He felt more consistent on the court. He just could handle Daniil Medvedev from the baseline. Daniil Medvedev couldn't hit through Dominic Thiem in the first 2 sets. Dominic Thiem, he was running, he was a speed demon the first 2 sets. Everything Daniil Medvedev hit at him, Dominic was hitting back at him. So for 1 set and a half, I feel that Dominic Thiem was the better player. And Dominic Thiem had actually 3 breakpoint opportunities in that second set. Dominic had 4 breakpoints opportunity in the entire match. 1 he had in the first set. He took that, and that was the difference. That is all you need in tennis, especially in big moments, in big finals like this. You will rarely see in big finals a one-sided affair. Rarely. You don't see many big finals like we saw in that French Open when Rafa Nadal smoked Novak Djokovic in 3 straight sets. You don't see that way too often in tennis in big finals. So when the battle is close like this was, it will be 1 point here and there who will make the difference. And in the first set, Dominic, he had one breakpoint opportunity, and he took it. And more or less, Daniil Medvedev actually gave it to him with a double fault, if I remember correctly. Daniil Medvedev did his first double fault, if I'm not mistaken, in the most critical way where he should not do that, and he did that in that first set, in that breakpoint opportunity he had against him, and that was the deal breaker. Dominic, he won that first set 6-4, and Daniil couldn't convert his own 2 breakpoint opportunities, and it was not his fault. Dominic was coming with clutch serves. In the second set, in the beginning of the second set, Thiem was the better player. Medvedev had troubles holding his serves. In the first couple of games in that second set, Medvedev had big troubles holding his serves. And Thiem was creating 3 breakpoint opportunities in that second set. If I'm not mistaken, he had 3 breakpoint opportunities in that in the middle stage of that second set in 2 separate games, if I'm not mistaken. But Medvedev, he saved them. He saved them with big serves and with clutch serves. Besides, in one opportunity when Dominic, he had huge opportunity to convert one of those 3 breakpoint opportunities that Dominic had in that middle of the second set, when he was up in the net and he had easy. He could had an easy forehand to make into the court, and Medvedev would never have taken that shot if Thiem would have put it on the court. But Thiem, he missed it. That cost him the match. I can say that cost Thiem the match. When he missed that shot on the net, which he shouldn't have missed, if he had broken there, Thiem would have won the match in straight sets, because Thiem was serving so big. He was unbreakable almost the entire match. He was unbreakable. But that was Thiem's biggest mistake in the match, when he couldn't make that ball into the court, that easy ball into the court at the net. And when he missed that, it was like Rafa Nadal in the semifinals. This match, it reminded me so much the same thing what happened to Rafa. When Rafa had the chance to serve out the match against Medvedev in that 10th game in the second set, like we all remember in the semifinals, when Rafa was up in the lead 6-3, 5-4 serving, but couldn't serve it out. Medvedev broke him with love, 40 love. And Thiem, it was this, and then Medvedev said to Rafa, "All right, you had your chance. Now I'm sending you home to Spain." The same thing happened to Thiem. When Thiem couldn't convert that, because in the other two breakpoint opportunities that Thiem had in the second set, he couldn't do much. Medvedev was coming up with big serves, but in the third breakpoint that he had in that second set, Thiem could, should, and would have. He really should have done better. He should have done better. He should have won. He should have won that point. He didn't do, and he paid the price. Medvedev hold that serve, and then they were holding serves until the tiebreak. And in the tiebreak, Medvedev, he took down the Dominic Thiem, the tiebreak beast, with 7-2 after winning 7 straight points. So Dominic, he had his chance of his life of winning this match in straight sets, but after Dominic didn't convert one of those 3 breakpoint opportunities in that second set, Medvedev, he just pushed the beast mode button in the third set and said to Dominic, "I will do the same like I did against Rafa. He couldn't finish me off. You couldn't finish me off in the middle of the second set. Now I will finish you off in the third set." And Medvedev did his best set in the third set, in my opinion. He was really playing consistent tennis. He was starting to do much more returns into the play, which was not the case in the first and second set. From Daniel Medvedev's side, he was not returning that good in the first and the second set. But in the third set, Medvedev was hitting the ball cleaner, was doing less unforced errors, was doing more winners, was serving much better in the third set, and also was returning much better in the third set, Daniel Medvedev, than he did the first and the second set. And that's why Daniel Medvedev created 6 breakpoint opportunities in the third set, and he finally braked on his 9th attempt. And that's what all he needed, Daniel Medvedev. That was all he needed. And he won that third set 6-4, and in the end won the match. So in the end, this match took 2 hours and 42 minutes. They played 227 points, if I'm not mistaken, and the margins were so slim. Daniel Medvedev won 115 points, and Dominic Thiem wins 112 points. So you can see by yourself, guys, Medvedev wins only 3 more points than Dominic Thiem. It could have gone either way, absolutely. And Dominic, he, like I said, was the better player for the for 1 set and a half, and should have won this match in straight sets, in my opinion, but he just couldn't convert those 3 breakpoint opportunities he had in that second set. And in the third set, in my opinion, Medvedev was clearly the better player. Not with much, but with slightly the better player, and that was what separated these 2 players. And in the end, Medvedev wins 6-4, he loses the first set, he wins the second set 7-6, wins the tiebreak 7-2, and wins the third set 6-4. Medvedev does a solid performance, not a superior performance, but he does a good performance, not solid, good. Medvedev was, I can say, a great mode level, not beast mode level, not. Thiem was good mode level. It was a good mode level we saw from Thiem. Thiem, he was serving really big. He did 73% first serve in. He landed 73% first serve in the entire match. That is crazy high. And he was winning 74% behind those first serves. 74%. That is really good. And Thiem was winning 44% behind the second serves. So that is really good numbers from Thiem. Like I said, Thiem he had a great serving day, really good. Did 6 aces all in all, I believe, and only 1 double fault. Medvedev didn't quite serve as good that I have seen him in the past, especially not the first and the second set. But he was winning a lot of points behind his first serves. Medvedev landed in total 60% first serves in. 60%. That is not crazy high to be Medvedev, in my opinion. But he was winning 77% behind those first serves in. 77%. That is really good. Even though he landed less first serves in than Dominic Thiem, he still won more points behind his first serves than Dominic Thiem. 77 for Daniel Medvedev, 74 for Dominic Thiem. And behind the second serves, Medvedev was winning 55%. So he wins more points behind the second serves than Thiem. Thiem 44, Medvedev 55. And so this matchup, and Medvedev did all in all, I believe, 12 aces. So he does double more aces than Thiem. Thiem does 6 aces, Medvedev does 12 aces, which is not any surprise because Medvedev, he has a better serve, in my opinion, than Dominic Thiem. And Medvedev does 3 double faults. But I don't think that Medvedev particularly won. Look, why did Medvedev won this match? In the end, I think it was, like I said, it was a battle of who will win the battle of the returns and on the serves. This was, in the end, I think this was what separated these two. Thiem was the better server and returner the first 2 sets, in my opinion. He was. And that's why he could have won this match in straight sets. I don't think that Thiem would serve and return this exceptionally good like he did the first 2 sets. He was outrageously. I don't know when I have seen Dominic Thiem make so many returns into play. I can guarantee you that he has not returned this good the entire week, Dominic Thiem, like he did in the first 2 sets. And that's why he was up in the lead that's why he won the first set 6-4 and had more chances in the second set, more breakpoint opportunities than Daniil Medvedev, because Daniil Medvedev was not returning good the first 2 sets. But Thiem just couldn't win the important points in that second set. He just couldn't convert one of those 3 breakpoint opportunities. He just couldn't convert. And when he didn't convert one of those 3 breakpoint opportunities in the middle of the second set, it was goodbye for Dominic Thiem. It was goodbye. When he gave Medvedev that little finger that Medvedev needed, he just gave him the little finger. Medvedev took Thiem's soul in the third set. Because, like I said, Medvedev, he raised his level tremendously in the third set, served bigger, returned bigger, did less unforced started to wear down Thiem, and in the end he created 6 breakpoint opportunities in the third set and converted one of them, and that was all Medvedev needed, my friends. That was all he needed. He was not much better than Thiem, absolutely not. He was slightly better than Thiem, especially he was slightly better than Dominic Thiem in the most important set. And which was that? Of course, the third set. The player who is the best, the player who comes up with the goods, the player who is the best in the most important sets, he will win the match when the match is this close like it was today. And Medvedev was that clearly in that third set. All in all, Medvedev does 37 winners and 30 unforced errors. So Medvedev does 7 more winners than unforced errors, and Thiem does 29 winners and 29 unforced errors. So Thiem is even Steven on unforced errors and winners stat, and Medvedev is a little better there. He does 7 more winners than unforced errors. So Medvedev is clearly slightly the better player, but not with much. And you can see on the score as well. Just look at the score, and you can see all points won. Medvedev wins only 3 more points than Dominic Thiem. So obviously this match could have gone either way, but in the end I think that Medvedev was just slightly the better player. So my number 1 pick, as I predicted 1 week ago, will win this tournament. He didn't prove me wrong. He delivered. Even though I picked against him, against Nadal, because you know, guys, Rafael Nadal, he's the most consistent tennis player that I have ever seen in my life, but that was for sure not the case in the semi-final. So when Medvedev came through Rafa, I just thought with myself that he will come through Thiem as well. He will just do that. He will be that wall. Because Medvedev, after that second set tiebreak, when he won that tiebreak 7-2 in the second set, Medvedev, he was a wall in the third set. Thiem just couldn't hit through him. And one more thing I want to say about Thiem, and Rafa as well. Both Rafa and Thiem, they were slicing so many backhands. They were slicing so crazy many backhands. What is the thing with this slice? Yeah, I know the dude is tall, and they think that he has troubles taking that slice. But did it work for Rafa Nadal? No. Did it work for Dominic Thiem? Almost, but in the end it didn't. And did it just what happened in the third set? Thiem stopped slicing the backhand. He was going more for his down the line backhand. And he was doing a bunch of winners with his down the line backhand, Dominic Thiem, in that third set. Dominic Thiem should have played that way the entire match. This was a little of a tactical failure there, in my opinion, both from the Dominic Thiem team, from the Nicolas Massou, his coach. The same thing with Carlos Moya. Why all these slices? Yeah, the dude is tall. He's really tall, Daniel Medvedev. But that doesn't mean that you will defeat him while doing all the slices. In my opinion, I don't buy it. I don't think this tactical game plan that both Rafa and Thiem worked. And you can see, obviously, on the result. Rafa lost in 3 sets, Thiem lost in 3 sets. But when Thiem started to hit that down the line backhand, he was hitting through Medvedev in the third set a couple of times at least. So, in my opinion, that slice of the backhand didn't work. Not for Rafa and not for Thiem. They should have not sliced so many backhands like both of these two did. And they lost. They just lost. I don't know. Thiem should have hit more down the line backhands. He should have hit more topspin backhands. He should have just not sliced as much as he did, especially as much as he did in the first and the second set. But in the third set, he stopped to slice. He stopped slicing as many times as he did in the first and second set, and he won a couple of points with his down the line backhand. But he should have used his down the line backhand much more, Dominic Thiem, than he actually did in the match. So, big congratulations to Daniil Medvedev, a really deserved champion. He wins his 9th title, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and he wins his 4th big title, because we all know he has 3 Master 1000 titles before in his career. Now he wins his 4th big title and his biggest title in his career, because many of tennis worlds and tennis fans and tennis experts consider this ATP Tour final to be the 5th slam, the biggest title after the 4 majors that we have in tennis. And Medvedev now, I just hope Medvedev doesn't curse himself like Grigor Dimitrov did in 2017, like Alexander Sasha Zverev did in 2018, like Stefanos Tsitsipas did in 2019, because I have seen a trend when players win this ATP Tour Finals title, they go and do a horrible season the next year. I just hope that we will not see the same thing happening to Daniil Medvedev. And we had a new champion for the 5th straight year. 2016 Grigor Dimitrov. No, I'm sorry. 2016 Andy Murray. 2017 Grigor Dimitrov. 2018 Alexander Sasha Zverev. 2019 Stefanos Tsitsipas, and 2020 we have Daniil Medvedev as the new champion in the Nitu ATP Finals in London. So for the 5th straight year, we have a new champion at this event, exactly like I predicted 1 year ago. I just had that feeling, and that feeling, it proved to be right this time. I'm not always right, guys. You who follow my channel knows that, but this time I had right. I was right, and in the winner as well. So guys, this has been a really thrilling event to follow. I have been pumping out videos every single day for 8-9 days now, and so I don't know how many videos I've done for 8-9 days, and in some occasions I've done 2-3 videos in one day, especially when the semi-finals matches was on. I did 2-3 videos in one day. So basically I've done 9 or 10 videos in the course of 7-8 days. And my videos are long, guys, you know that. Especially during this week, they have been 30 minutes or longer. Some of them have been 20 minutes something, but majority of the videos during this week have been 30 minutes or longer. So, interi, he's pretty exhausted. I'm exhausted, guys. I have barely seen my family or my kids or my parents. I need to take a rest. It has really been a big pleasure. It has been a joy to pump out all these videos because I love tennis, I love human beings, and I love talking about tennis, I love analyzing tennis, I love doing preview, I love predicting, you name it. But now Inter needs to take a break. I really need to take a break because I've done videos, so many videos during this week. Probably I've done over 10 hours videos, all videos counted during this week. So Inter needs to take a break. Big congratulations to Daniel Medvedev for his biggest title during his career. And for sure, this will not be his last big title. He has a bright future ahead of him because he's still very young. I believe he's 24 years old. And in the end, he was slightly the better player. Not with much, but with little. With only 3 more points. Exactly like we all expected before this match started. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye-bye.